Man, he probably took him down to a solution. He probably gonna drop him later on.
Boy, this shit crazy.
Listen, Truth Saying, people know how to get you while you're down. And you may be like, Mickey, what you talking about? Well, as y'all can see, that clip has went viral on Facebook, okay? Somebody sent it to me, and I'm like, oh, who is this? Did a quick little YouTube search, and I said, oh, he's a rapper. Let me post it, right? So then I got to thinking, like, if this video was going around, especially rappers talk about everything, you know what I'm saying? So just one of my eye, talk about everything. You know, they respond to everything that's going against their character. So I'm like, that's kind of strange that this video is viral, even without me posting it, it's viral. Let me see, like, has he responded? So I went to check out Leak Obama's social media, and I'm like, okay, I don't see nothing posted since September of 2024. Now, normally when it's big gaps like that of no posting, and especially an artist, a content creator, or something is going on. You know, I ain't gonna a couple things. You know, it's limited on what. So I'm like, is he in jail? Is he on the live? Like, where is he? So, you know, my spider senses get the tingling, and I was kind of bored. So I got looking around. And then as I'm looking around, I stumble upon, you know what? Let's get into it.
We have Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth.
Doggone holla trap rat squeak. They know me by Obama. How they gone in that Malik?
So y'all heard him say Malik. So I'm like, okay, Malik, let me find you. Okay, so of course I found him, and I'm like, took me a little minute because I'm like, where are you? Because I looked in the feds, you know, I was like, that age don't match. You know, I looked on the BOP, the age didn't match. I looked finally, it was some old stuff. I looked everywhere. It just didn't match. Okay. So I'm like, where are you, Leak Obama? Okay. So finally I said, you know what? Let me just go search Pacer. I kind of figured it had to be a Fed case. But anyway. So I went to search Pacer, and this is what I found. Okay. So I found a multi-count. Okay. Fed case of multiple defendants, okay, and it is for, okay, commit bank fraud, okay, basically defraud financial institutions, okay. It's a conspiracy to Navy Federal Credit Union, okay, impersonating account hold, basically, allegedly, you know, at some point he did take a plea to this. He basically was a scammer. Okay, but allegedly, he was a scammer. Now, the interesting thing about his case in particular, well, his portion of it, is why he ultimately got in trouble once he caught the Fed case. And that video I just showed you is part of it. You may be like, huh? Well, let's get into the paperwork. So, if we take a look, this is a memorandum of opinion and order granting the government's motion to hold defendant in breach of plea agreement. This is the first I've saw one of these, okay? For real. So basically, he took a plea, right? And the government came back like, yep, he ain't hold up his end of the bargain, okay? Now, the reason why I want to do this document is because it summarizes everything else. So instead of me going through all the other documents I end up getting, I'm going to just go through this one because it breaks down everything. And ultimately, at the end, I'll be able to tell you where is Leak Obama right now. Okay? So, This is from the courts, okay? So let's start with the background. It says a grand jury indicted Bell on numerous counts, the majority of which related to bank fraud and money laundering, okay? After failing to appear for his arraignment, Bell self-surrendered to authorities on July 3rd, 2024. On July 31st, 2024, he was released on an unsecured bond. As in relevant here, his bond conditions included GPS monitoring and a prohibit to use ATM. Like, I mean, you're literally facing bank fraud. So of course they don't want you to use ATM because you might fraud again. So that's that wasn't shocking, right? So it says on August 27, 2024, Bell pled guilty pursuant to a written plea agreement to conspiracy to commit bank fraud in violation, conspiracy to commit money laundering in violation, and unlawful possession of a firearm by a convicted felon in violation of All right. Now, they said the pertinent parts of the plea agreement states this. So these are the two paragraphs, okay? They say, defendant understands that the obligation of the government within the plea agreement are especially contingent upon the defendants abiding by federal and state laws and complying with any bond executed in this case. In the event that the defendant fails to comply with any of the provisions of the agreement, either express or implied, the government will have the right at its sole election to void all of its obligation under this agreement, okay? And it further goes to say, the defendant agrees to voluntarily surrender to and not contest the forfeiture by the United States of America of any and all assets and property or portion thereof owned or purchased by the defendant which are subject to forfeiture pursuant to any provision of law and which are in possession or control of the defendant or the defendant's nominees. Meaning, if we say you bought that with that bank fraud money, it's ours. Hand it here, okay? That's typical. We hear that in every case, right? So we continue on. Now, here we get to the meat and potatoes. So sometimes a hard head make a soft ass, okay? It says on August 30th, 2024, Bell posted a photograph on his Facebook account showing the back of 4 driver licenses from various states with the caption, "Get at me," and scannable license available 250 with hologram. At least one of the licenses purported to be a real ID. I be telling people, why y'all be on the internet talking about y'all ain't trying to be in the feds with the police, and the police be on like, come on Instagram, Facebook, all that. It's all the police. Like, but hey, we're gonna be here to talk about it, okay? Now it says on September 2nd and 22nd, 2024, Bell posted 2 music videos on his YouTube account. During the videos, Bell displayed his court-ordered ankle monitor. Keep that in mind. 2 designer watches, stacks of cash, 2 Cuban link necklaces, a diamond medallion containing what appears to be a character facing an ATM, meaning a custom medallion, and a diamond medallion containing what appears to be a bank overlaid with the word swipers only. The swipers only medallion. Now, let's pause there, okay? Why is that important that the Fed saw the ankle monitor? Because you can't say, oh no, we recorded that way before all this. You had your ankle monitor on, sir. Okay, sir. Correct. Like, people don't be thinking. If you knew that was part of your life, come on, that was crazy, okay? Now, the government thereafter sent Bell a letter demanding he forfeit 2 designer watches. So basically, what he had in that video, they said, yeah, let us get that. All right, that's all. Okay. So here we go. On September 30th, 2024, the magistrate judge determined Bell violated the conditions of his bond by making the August 30th Facebook post. The magistrate judge thus modified Bell's conditions to restrict him to home detention and prohibit him from posting on social media. So if you look on his social media, he hasn't posted since September 27th, 2024. And this is why, because he can't. So he can't respond to the alleged video him with the guy. You know, they could have been friends. They could have been something. I mean, it do look a little too close to comfort, but it ain't for me to, you know what I'm saying, make just pass judgment. We welcome all. But yeah, let's continue on to why he's in a pickle right now. Okay. August 1st, 2024, Bell forfeited 2 designer watches, 2 Cuban Elite necklaces, and a swiper's only medallion to the government. However, he failed to surrender cash and the custom medallion. Further, the swiper's only medallion Bell forfeited appears to be one of his co-defendants. So did they all have this? That's crazy. To be scammers, especially bank scammers, with customized ATM. That's crazy. All right. So on October 17th, 2024, the court granted Bell permission to attend his grandmother's funeral in Orangeburg, South Carolina. The USPO advised Bell he had permission only to attend the funeral and cautioned him not to drive to any other destination. Nevertheless, the GPS monitor he visited 8810 Fair Road in Columbia, South Carolina for approximately 8 minutes on his way home. Now, a couple things. What is at 8810 Fair Road? It's a few things. It's an ATM, okay? It's a Subway, it's a doctor's office over there. I think this might be like an eyeglass place over there. The plasma center is over there. But nevertheless, I mean, if you are forbidden from being at an ATM, that might be put yourself in a little awkward situation. Now, what do you think the Fed said about this? Like, what do you think they feel about it? Well, I'm going to tell y'all, okay? Because then y'all haven't seen the juicy parts. In summary, the Fed say, hey, you were at the ATM. Legal Obama said, no, I was eating me a sub. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, it's gonna take you 8 minutes at the ATM. It makes more sense that you're at a sub. I'm just saying, I don't even know him. I'm not taking up for him. I'm just saying, it makes more sense you was at Subway and not the ATM. So he has since, you know what I'm saying, asked for a subpoena for video of the ATM during the time frame that his ankle monitor shows that he was over there to show that he wasn't there, right? Also, he is telling them like, hey, all that money you seen in the video, it wasn't even that. Okay, it was like ones and like, you know what I'm saying? It was collective. It was some of his money. They like, we don't want to hear that either. We want our money. Now, ultimately, the court found that he did breach his plea agreement. So that means either he might be taking this to trial. I'm gonna be honest. This is my first time actually covering a case or looking into a case where they broke their plea agreement. So if you already failed at the plea agreement, I think the only other option you would have is to go to trial, right? Now, I also would say somebody on his case got a downward departure. It's not him though, but I'm just saying somebody. But you know, that's not our area anymore. We're gonna leave that where it's at. So it makes sense why he made that song. I'm just saying. Now he probably should have waited till he finished fighting it before he starts saying, but probably I see why he made the song now, right? But yeah, so Malik Obama can't be on social media. Now, to my understanding, he is on house arrest currently. Why? Because they ultimately did not revoke his bond. So to my understanding, okay, Malik Obama is chilling at home, but he can't respond. He can't be on social media. Listen, I don't know the situation with that video, but to me, especially when you already was in hot water because of stuff being posted, and even though you said it was other people posting it, they like, nah. That was, no. You probably should have your friends not post you on their social media. I'm be honest. Like I said, I don't know the relationship with him and the dude, what it was on. Maybe it looked like it don't look or whatever, but it could be hinted like you were recording. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even though you didn't post it on your Snap, don't even take the chance, okay? Because like they got photos. Matter of fact, let me show y'all this real quick, okay? Like this was the other document. They have like photos of like guns and stuff. This is now, mind you, he caught this while on bond because they came to do a pop-up check at his house, okay? They, you know what I'm saying? They got pictures of all of that. They're watching you. So come on. Yeah, don't do it. They even got they had somebody else Facebook in here right here where they was able to confirm like who bought the gun and all that. So if I'm facing all that, I'll stay away. Like, no, you can't. No cameras, no pictures, no nothing. Nothing. You can't post nothing. But that's just my little unwanted opinion. But I wanted to give y'all, you know, a little backstory to this viral video. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, hey, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'll pull up on your girl, Mickey Truth. And hey, all I'm saying, it's fucked up. Y'all wait till that man can't post on social media to post that video. But all right, I'm out. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what?
I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast.
This is the weakest, give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl, Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. #1 blogger in South Carolina.